Good evening. I'd like to call the Village Board meeting for the Village of Cary for June 3rd, 2025 to order with roll call, please.
Collier,
Here.
Dudek,
Here.
McAlpine,
Here.
Christina,
Here.
Stefani,
Here.
Walrath,
Here.
Koenig.
I am here. Katie, could you give me the sign-in list, please? Oh, why don't we do the pledge? Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now moving to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I have a few people that signed in. Chris Reike. We doing the 3 minutes?
I got a copy, Chris Reiki, 446 Lloyd Street. I got a copy here of the letter that I think just the Maplewood residents received. I talked to John Cordigan, the developer, who wants to develop Maplewood. I called and left a message. I talked to him earlier today. I realized there's 2 open houses already set, but I asked him about possibly, and he thought it was a good idea. He agreed with me about possibly setting up pictures of what they want to develop at the farmers market, at cruise nights, to actually see, so that the public can actually see what they want to build there. There's several farmers markets, several cruise nights that they could, that are still left before the meeting. The meetings that they could, if it's allowed. He said he said yes to it. I told him people don't always they don't follow the village website. They may not have Facebook. Guarantee you everybody in Cary didn't get this letter, or they will not get a flyer gone to their door, because it's only stipulated that only a certain radius gets notified. But he also said that in order for him to do anything, it has to be okayed by the village, which is all of you. But he did say that he said yes to doing that. So there's, at the farmer's market, at cruise nights, that way the people that come out to see that, the residents of Cary, can see what's going on there. Because at the Maplewood meeting, there's maybe me and one other person from the north side of the train tracks that was at the meeting here for that meeting. But that's because flyers, notifications, if the people don't read Facebook, follow the newsletter. So he agreed to it. He said, but it would have to be okayed by all of you. So, but this way it'd show the public, bring the public up to date of what you want to have done, what they want to do, versus having only a certain amount of people get this letter in the mail.
Okay, thank you. Martha Ritter.
Hello, Martha Ritter, Frankie Subdivision. I'm calling because I tried last week to call the village hall, and it gives you 7 departments to call. No one answers the phone. It just says leave a message. Finance department, road department, mayor, I don't know. There's so many of them, you don't even know what button to push. So I just kept pushing 0. Nobody even answers the phone. And I wanted to ask a question because people are asking in my neighborhood, and I'm like, I have no idea. I'll try to call. You can't even get an answer from anybody. All I wanted to know, so I pushed finance, thinking that was the closest. I want to know, can you pay your taxes here? Who do you ask? You don't even get through. Not one single person answers. What? Don't those people work in the office? Have no idea. I want that job, though. Thank you.
David Arvins.
Good evening, Mayor, Village Board. I'm here again. I'm going to be here every first Tuesday and every third Tuesday until I feel that we've accomplished something together. So I'll be a familiar face as you will be to me. I'm sorry. Can you hear? Better?
Yes.
Okay. The petition before I came here has 400 signatures on it now. Okay? Last time I spoke about the petition, it had 262. Okay? Slowly but surely, people are joining the petition. I hope you'll hear those petitioners and not leave them unrecognized, because I think it's very important what they have to say. Okay? Because a lot of them are deeply concerned about what's happening. I think that they understand there's going to be some form of development there. That the development, speaking for myself, I don't think the development itself is much of the issue as what, I know some don't like it, the bypass and the throughway, okay? Well, most people will tell you, that's what we feel it is, okay? It's going through, okay? It's coming from 31, a major road, right? I took the time to look at all the driveways that enter New Haven Drive, besides just a side street. You realize there's 66 driveways that come from those townhouses? Now, if you take them because there's two joined together to the one that comes out of the central, that all the garages in the middle, you'll count 23. But there's a garage with a driveway for the townhome in front, and over to the left, there's a garage with a driveway. A driveway is a driveway, okay? That comes to a total of 66. 239 mailboxes that abut the street, okay, for all the inhabitants of the townhomes, okay? You know where they park? They park on the street when they come home from work, stop to get their mail or picking up their kids from school, okay? Because it's easier to stop with their car and get their mail rather than having to walk all the way back, okay? So these are things that I don't know if you're aware of, and they're not in your traffic studies, okay? But they're things that you should really know, that happen within this community. Something's going on back there because I see that all the vegetation is dead, okay? There's nothing green back there anymore. There's a small excavator and a pickup truck back there. I see some marker stakes, okay? So some activity is taking place. I don't know what the current landowner may be allowing. Somebody said that it's not sold and there's no done deals on anything. But there's activity taking place back there, okay? What exactly it is, not sure, okay? But the final thing I'm going to request here is that before any vote takes place by this board, okay, that we as a community, we've been told that there will be ample meetings. So far you haven't presented us with any meetings. We want meetings before any votes take place. We want meetings with you, okay? I don't think we really want the meeting with the developer because we don't know what the developer can provide for us. Because that's kind of between you, the village, and the developer. So please, try to plan to have some meetings for us. I think you'll see that people will come when they feel that there's meetings and we're going to be productive and engaged together. Okay?
Okay. Thank you for your comments, David. Anton?
Hey, good evening. My name is Anton Trigali. I'm a homeowner on 100 Augusta Lane, representing my friends and neighbors in the Cambria community. Here for the same reason as David, and my biggest concern is safety. I own the corner house already on New Haven, and cars are speeding down there as it is already. Kids are on bikes, running. It's a very family-driven community, and by opening up the street, it's going to be a big safety issue. I'm here to, raise a voice for our community. As David said, there's over 400 people on the petition. I want to make sure our voices are heard, and, I think over the last year and a half, there's already been 2 major accidents on New Haven, right in front of David's house. And do we want, with the throughway, with the street opening up, do we want more of that? Because that's what it's going to cause. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Megan?
My name is Megan Rashinsky. I'm at 124 Savoy Drive. I come before you not just as a concerned resident, but as an original homeowner in Cambria subdivision for over 22 years. Over those years, I have watched our neighborhood flourish, growing into a welcoming place that we all cherish. The proposed extension of New Haven to Route 31 threatens to disrupt the very foundation that makes our neighborhood so special. New Haven was designed to be a quiet residential street, not a thoroughfare. Turning it into a major access point would bring an influx of traffic, possessing significant dangers to children, pedestrians, and cyclists. Our streets are not equipped for the level of traffic that is likely to happen, and accidents will arise. We have townhomes that do not have visitor parking. The streets are not equipped to handle the influx of those parking and will impact not only the traffic, but accidents that could occur. Furthermore, our subdivision has maintained an impressive low crime rate. Increasing the traffic could only open it up for unknown risks that jeopardize the community's safety. Protecting the families who live here should be a priority. Cambria subdivision serves 3 different school districts: Cary 26, Crystal Lake 47, and District 155, as well as several smaller buses that transport our students that have special needs. At any one time, 3 to 5 school buses could be seen on New Haven. The increase of traffic combined with the current street layout possess severe hazards to our students. Safe routes for school transportation should never be compromised for the sake of convenience. With additional vehicles comes higher level of noise, air pollution, negatively affecting the health and overall well-being of the residents. Our tranquil environment we've created have been maintained and will be overshadowed by the hum of passing vehicles, diminishing the quality of our life. Home ownership is the biggest investment that people make, myself included. The character of a neighborhood significantly impacts the property value. Increased traffic, noise, disruption will all cause value to decline, affecting the financial stability of families who call Cambria home. We take great pride in our neighborhood, and it is unfair to impose the changes that threaten our financial stability. As a taxpayer, I contribute to multiple districts, including Crystal Lake School Districts, Algonquin Libraries, Cary Park District. Yet despite these contributions, I often feel a disconnect to Cary, especially now as a decision is being made that directly will impact my neighborhood. The individuals making these decisions lack firsthand knowledge of the experience that we as Cambria residents currently have. And I ask and I urge this board to consider the long-term consequences of this proposal. We have worked very hard to foster a safe and connected and thriving neighborhood, one that should be protected, not compromised. Preserving the integrity and identity of our community is crucial, and I thank you for the time.
Thank you, Megan. Dave Gwynn.
Hi, Dave Gwynn, 321 Bryan Drive, Cary, Illinois. The issue is heavy commercial truck traffic on Decker Drive. First, I'm going to start with a couple of thank yous. I would like to thank Chief Finlan for helping get a couple of the trucks stopped. He contacted a company called McLean Trucking. They deliver food and paper goods to restaurants. They were delivering to Thornton's in Island Lake and Cary, and they were cutting up and down Decker to get to wherever they were going. And they were being routed that way by corporate transportation, who Chief Finlan talked to, and then I talked to them as well. He also talked to Helmer Septic, who was running the big orange tanker truck up and down Decker, and that's a Class 8 truck. They're both Class 8 trucks, Class 8 being the heaviest. Typical semi, typical heavy Class 8 is around 80,000 pounds. Should not be on that street. They've got no business being on that street. But the chief talked to both of them, and he got them off of there. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. I would also like to thank Kalen Noonan. He informed me this week that based on some conversation we've had, that he's going to put up some a Class 2 sign. I think I heard sign. Hopefully it's more than one sign, but I'll get to that in a moment. So on Decker, we have cars, many, many cars. And now we're getting commercial trucks in the mix as well. And the commercial trucks should not be there. We have an ordinance already in existence. I'm not asking you to pass any laws because we already have one. an ordinance. If it's not called a law, it's an ordinance. I want to make sure I'm correct. That ordinance calls for Class 2 only. That goes to about 12,000 pounds. As I mentioned, there are Class 8 trucks running up and down Decker all day, every day. Unless they're making a delivery to somebody's house within Hillhurst, they have no business being there. But they don't know they're not supposed to be there because there's no signs there. There's never been any signs there, and it's never been reinforced or enforced. Excuse me. Every time, the way we're handling it right now, every time I see a Class 8 or a heavy truck come up and down Decker, I email Chief Finland. Now, he's been very helpful and very receptive and responsive. But this is no way to run a police force. It's not the best use of my time. Sure isn't the best use of his time to put guys out every time I see a truck. We need to have signs out on 14 indicating this is not a Class 2 route. Because once they turn in off of 14, guess what? They ain't turning around. They're coming on through. Class 2 signs on 14, so they don't turn on East Main. Class 2 signs on East Main, so then they don't turn on Decker. Then I don't see any Class 2 signs down on Montana either. So I guess my time's up, but just wanted to reinforce the fact that we've got a lot of heavy trucks on Decker, and it's got to stop. There's an ordinance. Please enforce it. Thank you.
Thank you. Maria Rojas? Oh, no, now you've signed it. You got to come up here. No worries. Is there anybody else here who would like to address the village board? We'll go ahead and close open forum at 6:17. Oh, you do? Okay. If you could just state your name and address for the record.
Sure. I'm Patty Brown, and I live at 324 Pearl. I'm at the corner of Pearl and Decker. I've lived there almost 17 years. Traffic has gotten worse. There have been 4 accidents since I've lived there, not including the one that tore up my lawn. Trucks are up in the past year. New families and kids are moving into the neighborhood. They're all over the place. They're walking their kids on the sidewalks. These cars and trucks are going too fast. I realize there is going to be some striping having done, but I'm concerned because I'm afraid that the rate that the cars and trucks are going on the street, if there's a bike lane, they're going to hit someone. I know families, one who lives next to me that just had a baby. I know a family just down the street that does daycare. They are no longer walking their kids on Decker. We need signs. I'm not quite sure what signs, but as David Gwen said, we need signs that tell us that the trucks cannot be there. We also need signs, maybe even stop signs to stop. They've done traffic studies and they've ignored that there's been traffic going at 90 miles an hour on our street. I have heard it, I have seen it, and it has to stop. Like I said, and then finally, for the first time in 17 years, I finally saw, after it was complained about for the trucks that came by on Memorial Day, that somebody actually stopped a truck. The police sit in front of my house all the time, but they're never there at the right time. We live here. We breathe here. We need help. And I'm concerned My children, I did not walk to school because I had small children, and I did not walk them to school on Decker because of the traffic. And we were within walking distance, but we could not get a bus. So I think it's important that we recognize not just our street, but the other people who have mentioned their streets and their traffic, and I would like to see something done about it. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, we'll go ahead and close open forum now at 6:20. A couple things on my report this evening. We have a proclamation for Law Enforcement Civilian Personnel Appreciation Week. I believe we have some here. Would you like to stand up so we can see you and acknowledge you before we do this proclamation? Thank you for your service, ladies. We appreciate it.
Melissa Rafferty, she's our supervisor in records, and Dawn Owen, who's one of our records assistants in the records section. And I don't think that any of the support staff, non-sworn, get enough attention to what they do. They're kind of the unsung heroes as it relates to everything that comes through the department they touch. So, and everything we do is documented, and they don't get enough. And then they have to deal with our Freedom of Information Act inquiries, and now we've added another task to them in terms of the body-worn cameras as well. So I think this is a well-deserved proclamation.
Thank you. So therefore, we will do it. I should have Melissa come up here and read this. You're the boss over there. Okay, Law Enforcement Civilian Personnel Appreciation Week. Whereas dedicated law enforcement civilian personnel serve the people of Illinois to provide them with vital services. And whereas the professionals continually use their expertise and experience for critical duties, including maintaining criminal justice statistics and improving apprehension strategies. And whereas law enforcement civilian personnel serving throughout Illinois exhibit professionalism, efficiency, and compassion during the performance of their essential duties. And whereas the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police, ILACP, has designated the first week of June, being the first Sunday of the month, as time to recognize law enforcement civilian personnel. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, call upon all residents of Cary to observe the first week of June 2025 as Law Enforcement Civilian Personnel Appreciation Week, who, by their faithful and loyal devotion to the responsibilities, have rendered a dedicated service to Cary, dated this third day of June 2025. Thank you for your service. Someone's getting a promotion tonight. Will, do you want to meet me up front here, please?
While Sergeant Hallis goes up front, I'll kind of talk a little bit about the process and then a little bit about Sergeant Hallis. By the way, I want to recognize a couple people that are in the audience right now. We have our chair for our police commission, Jim Levicki, in the back, and our secretary, Dory Shinakis, there as well. And then my counterpart in Fox River Grove, Chief Eric Waitrovich. He's in the back, no doubt causing some interference to our public address. There you go. But Sergeant Hallis participated in a promotional exam that occurred last year, and then we had a vacancy. Greg Rutson, one of our sergeants, who retired and is now living in Tennessee. So a little bit about Sergeant Hallis is that he's a U.S. Navy veteran. He served 6 months in the Iraqi Freedom Theater. He was a field medical service technician. He serves in the department as a field training officer, a police explorer advisor, and serves as an officer in charge in the absence of a supervisor, which now he will be the supervisor instead of the acting supervisor. And as is our custom, there'll be a cake and coffee reception in the break room behind the boardroom.
Somehow, a piece of cake always ends up on my desk back there, so. Thank you. I added one thing on my report. We have the pleasure of welcoming an Eagle Scout candidate, Logan Meredith, who is going to do an Eagle Scout project for us at Cary Lake. And I'm going to turn it over to Kalen. He's going to kind of walk us through it, and we'll introduce Logan here.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, tonight we have Logan Meredith with us. Logan approached the village back in September, I believe, of last year. He's working on his Eagle Scout project, and he had his eyes set on Rotary Park. He was looking to make an improvement there. So he came up with some ideas, and we navigated those with him. Initially, he was looking at a pathway to the fishing areas, but that 30-foot path that he was looking at, because of ADA requirements and whatnot, turned into about 180 feet, I think. So that put it out of our his realm of scout recruiting. So we went back to the drawing board. We came back with some other ideas, and he's here to present one to you tonight. Logan is a Cary resident, and said he was going to be a senior at Prairie Ridge this upcoming fall. So, Logan?
Come on up to the podium.
Okay. So, yeah, as Mr. Newton said, my name is Logan Meredith, and I'm a Boy Scout from Troop 168, and I'm working on the Eagle Scout project. Okay, so the actual project, first of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Noonan and Mr. Kopax for working with me on this project, and I'd like to thank Mr. Yankee and Mr. Halen from my troop for showing up to support me. Now, the actual project, we are building a bench swing. It'll improve the aesthetic of Rotary Park, and it'll benefit the residents of Cary. The actual project, the actual bench and frame will be the same color when we build it. So for the building process, at least 10 scouts and adults will help assemble the frame and swing. Then, once it's assembled, the village of Cary will they'll pick it up and transport it to Rotary Park and install it near the pavilion. So the actual swing is pre-assembled. It's cedar. It's 4 feet wide and has a 500-pound weight limit. Then the swing hangers are solid casts, and they have a 700-pound weight limit. And if we look at the dimensions, the actual seat is 48 inches with 5 inches of arm rest on both sides. Now, the actual brackets are going to be like black powder finish, and they have a 1,500-pound weight capacity. The actual frame will be 7 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Then the wood we'll be using is cedar. It's going to be 6x6, and there'll be 3 posts for the sides and top. We're thinking about building this installing it next to the pavilion overlooking the lake here. So this is a render of what the project will actually look like. So basically, if we were to install it into the ground, it would go 3 feet into the ground. And but our recommendation is that we install it onto a board and then anchor the board into the ground. So permitting timeline and cost. So the village will assist in obtaining any permits. And then as part of my project, I'll actually fundraise all of the budget for the materials. So that would be $1,130. And then we're targeting to complete this by July to August 2025. Okay, I look forward to working with the village, and I welcome any questions if there are any.
Board's got any questions or comments?
Awesome. I'm very excited. Thank you for doing this. I agree with everything you said. It will definitely add and enhance the experience down there at Rotary Park. So thank you for taking this and doing this.
All right, thank you.
I think you picked the exact right spot. It'll be a great view, and I know I'll enjoy using that bench. Thank you.
Sorry about that. When you walk around Hoffman Park, you see a lot of benches that have been donated with little placards on it. I think you should put a placard on your bench signifying the troop donation and work.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We're thinking about doing that too.
How are you going to do your fundraising? Online? Are you going to post the link, or how are you guys going to do it?
So basically, me and scouts from my troop, we volunteer at Culver's, and basically we get like a 10% of the orders.
Okay.
basically.
Nice. Let us know when. I'll post it up for you.
Yeah.
On the website.
Keep in mind that Mr. Collier runs Cary Grove Chat.
Yeah.
You got a good
Fundraiser
connection there to
pretty
get that
quick.
posted.
And we could put this on our Cary News
Yeah.
Weekly, get it out there. Maybe you could do 2 of
Hey,
them.
I was just going to say, you're going to raise
Yeah,
so much, you
right.
have a whole production going.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your dedication to the village. We'll greatly appreciate it for years to come.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving forward, I was asked to remove one item, item I, from the consent agenda, so I will entertain a motion to approve agenda items A through H and J through K.
So, second.
Roll call, please.
Walrath?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yes.
Rosina?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Thank you. And the item in question is, I will entertain the motion. We can open up for discussion. I will entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending section 2.04.070 of the Village Code establishing a position of deputy mayor.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Trustee Stefani, you wanted this taken off?
Yeah, no, sure. I appreciate you taking it off. I think that with us moving down this path of adding a deputy mayor, I just want to make sure that the public was aware that I don't want to say it was swept under the rug, but it is a pretty decent thing, I think, to put out there. The making Ellen a deputy mayor, because I think that's what it says, right? I think is a great opportunity, one for Ellen. I think she really, I can't find the right words to put into it. You represent what Cary is, so I just want to first off say that. So I think by making you deputy mayor, I think that it's a great great opportunity for you. So that's all. I just wanted to kind of put that out there first. So
Okay.
Can you just say what it involves for the public?
Pretty much what it is that if I'm not at a meeting, Ellen takes over, pretty much. And I've been thinking about this for several years. I've been very fortunate. I'm in good health. Nothing's happening to me. It's just good practice. It's best practices, and I believe that with all the things that we have going on in the village, that in the event that I'm sick or whatever or something, I missed one meeting in 12 years, so I don't think I'm going to have any issues. But I've been thinking a lot about this, and just thinking, I'm comfortable with that. I've had previous boards that weren't comfortable with that, so we just kind of let it hang. And some of our there's other communities that are in our area that do it, and I think it's a good opportunity. So in the event that I can't be at a meeting, that Ellen would just, she's in touch with me all the time as it is, and with staff. So she's just the natural person, and she's the most senior trustee that we have right now. So I appreciate that. I think it's good. It's, hopefully she won't be sitting in the seat too much. But, hey, I'm going to be a grandfather in a matter of days. So, things may change for me. So I'm grateful that she's accepted the responsibility, and the commitment to the, furthers her commitment to the Village of Cary. She will do a great job with that. But that's basically what it entails.
You are correct. Can I just make a quick comment about what a deputy mayor is? So in the event that the mayor were not able to attend a meeting, not due to any incapacity, temporary incapacity, or disability, you appoint someone to run the meeting. Effectively, that's what this is, but it is a standing appointment. So you don't have to revisit the issue. If this were to happen at the last minute, we know who it's going to be. You develop a little bit of a certain comfort level, the individual that serves as the deputy mayor, with the presiding at the meeting and understanding the public comment rules, et cetera, the way we run meetings. It is a practice that is in place in a number of other communities, and it provides for greater efficiency. So,
I agree. So therefore,
one last thing, the person remains a trustee. So you're not actually serving as the mayor or sitting in the mayor's seat, exercising any mayoral authority. You continue to serve as a trustee to preside at that particular meeting.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Should I be recusing myself?
No.
Okay, yes.
Persina?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations to Ellen. Moving on for items for separate action, I will entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending section 2.04. I already did that, sorry. There's two other ones here. Yes, I flipped those up. I move to approve an amendment to the fiscal 2025-2026 operating capital budget.
So moved.
Do you want to give a reason why we're doing this?
Kind of,
Oh, how about the finance?
Mr. Levy, Finance can provide an update.
Yes, so before you have a proposed amendment, in April, you passed both the capital and operating budgets. Unfortunately, and they were two separate motions, but unfortunately, a portion of the capital plan was inadvertently omitted from the overall budget. So we have a proposed amendment to increase the overall budget by $274,000. That $274,000 was approved as part of the capital plan. And it was unfortunately all related to PD equipment, the body-worn cameras and portable radio replacements. So we're really just amending or adjusting that total overall budget by $274,000. But again, that capital activity was already approved.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Walrath?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Persina?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yep.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Thank you. And finally, I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the village administrator to enter into a sole source 5-year agreement for the purchase of portable radios from Motorola Solutions Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $274,599.23.
So moved.
Second.
It's pretty much self-explanatory. Roll call, please.
Walrath?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Persina?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to administrative support. Are you going to do anything with this?
I can do one.
Okay.
Just to give an update to the board and also to the public in general, as mentioned earlier in the meeting, the developer for the Maplewood project did distribute some letters last week to the Frankie subdivision general area regarding planned open houses that are scheduled for later this month. Those are to occur on both Wednesday, June 18th and June 25th. The public is invited to participate in that, not just the area surrounding the property, but any general public within the Village of Cary may participate in those open houses to provide feedback. The information that will be presented in both dates is exactly the same, so residents don't need to attend both. They can attend one, whichever is more convenient for them. But they be held here at Village Hall between 6 and 8 p.m. In the Village boardroom here. We've done various advertisements for it, not just the letters that are going out. The Village website's been updated. As you can see, the monument sign that's on the Maplewood School property was also updated with the message there. We've also used Facebook, and our Cary News Weekly will have the information in it this week as well. So providing information out there to the public so they're able to participate if they would like to from that standpoint, and it's the next step in the process.
And we will continue on Cary News Weekly, and then there's a Textcaster and
Correct.
on our website.
Yep.
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 So, yep, works. Thank you. Department heads, Chief Finland.
Nothing further, thanks.
Nada. Director Noonan.
I have a couple things tonight. Just a reminder that the cruise night starts tomorrow, so welcome anybody from the public to come out 6 to 8:30 every Wednesday throughout the summer. They do have a schedule you can find online, different themes for each Wednesday night. Also, summer is in full force. We started our farmers market last Sunday. Again, both of these cruise nights and the farmers market has a roadway closure of West Main from just west of Jandis to High Road, so want to avoid that area. But farmers market, I think everybody enjoyed it downtown last year, as well as cruise night, so we've kept it there again this year. So that area will be closed. And then naturally, McHenry County is doing a Carry on Covered Passport Challenge. They've done this in other communities, but from Memorial Day through September, there's 15 sites to visit, and if you visit 10 of those, you'll earn a free prize that you can pick up at Cary Main Street Fest, and enable to join this passport challenge. If you go to Naturally McHenry County, you download their app, and then you'll find the Carry on Covered challenge there. And finally, at the last board meeting, we approved a contract with Red Buffalo to do maintenance at Rotary Park to keep the aesthetics of the natural prairie look there. In order to do that, they need to control the invasive species that we've noticed out there. So the park will be closed on Mondays in order for the company to do that. If for any reason throughout the summer they notice that they are ahead of schedule, they don't need to be out there, and they're going to leave, we can leave the park open, we'll be sure to publish that to the public as early as possible.
Thank you. I don't think there's anything from finance. Okay. Any future agenda items in discussion by the village board?
Sure, I'll bring up one.
What?
Mr. Reiki brought up about the point about having the open during cruise night and farmers market. Is that possible, or can we do that? Or
I think anything's possible. It's
how do
their
we gotta
meeting.
go about it? I mean, it can't hurt.
You can have the conversation with the development team. We have a weekly meeting with them every Wednesday, so I can bring that up and see if that's a topic that they're able to accommodate.
And maybe the other developer too on 31, possibly. Just more public outreach.
Yep.
Can't hurt.
Yep, we can look into that. Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 6:44.